Hey everyone, my name is Darla Kirchner, and I am here on our collaboration show with my good best friends, Miss Kate Barrett and Miss Africa Arshield, and Miss Emily will be joining us. I'm going to go ahead and lock the seat for right now until she comes on, and we're glad you guys are here. Happy Friday. Is everybody else excited that it's Friday? I am.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks this week.
It has been one of those weeks.
I am having an awesome week. I can't complain. Every day has been Friday for me.
It's all right for some.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. I am not gonna tell you how much I mean, it's been amazing. Girls, I need to get you girls up here because it is just stunning. Yeah. So I'm in the upper part of Michigan. Yes, we definitely need a girls' holiday. Absolutely. We'll find a happy medium and get us all together. How about we do that? Yeah, then we can plan the whole year for collaboration.
Absolutely.
How about that? Yeah. So today we're talking about if you have FOMO, which is fear of missing out. This whole month we're talking about things that scare you. And so today we wanted to do something a little on the fun side, but also, I mean, I know I've been experiencing it and going, okay, and you have to remind yourself, I think I have FOMO right now. And so we thought we should talk about this. So my name is Darla Kirchner. I'm a branding strategist. I love to work with small business people and entrepreneurs who are ready to grow their business online. And so I love to work with them to help them figure out what their purpose is, who their ideal clients are, and how they can get their visual marketing out there online and where they should be online. So I gathered my good girlfriends here who I collaborate with, I love dearly, and I would do anything for, and beg them to come on the blab with me. So they did. And so I want to introduce you to my good friend Kate, who's on this side of me. So Kate, tell everybody who you are.
Thank you, Darla, and thank you for having me with you every week as well. I really, really love these sessions. They're so much fun, and I know last week we really got into it, didn't we? So hopefully we'll do the same again this week. But I'm Kate Barrett. Hi, everybody, and I'm the founder of Shining Light Media and the Email Marketing Academy, and I work with amazing retail entrepreneurs and larger businesses who want to save time and increase their revenue using email marketing. So I am so passionate about email marketing, and I've just got to say, for everyone that's joining us, Darla is an absolutely amazing branding expert. She's done all my branding. If you need branding, go to her. If you need email marketing, hello.
Go to Kate.
Hello. And Africa, I know we haven't worked together, but I know that you are amazing. And particularly, I know all of the tech stuff as well. So I'll let you introduce yourself as well.
Fair enough. Hi, everyone. I got all Halloween here for you. Got my little skull. And
I love it.
I love
it. It's the best.
Giving you props for the earrings.
All right. So I'm Africa Arshield, and I actually host a show called Women with a Message, and I'm the creator of 10K Your Way. And I love helping women navigate the technology to start, grow, and scale their business so they can focus on their message, what they're truly awesome at. So that's what I do. And I have to attest, I've had a sneak peek of some of Kate's stuff, and it's really rather good.
Oh, thank you.
That was my branding too, guys. She took me from, if I could show you, can I show you my old brand? I wonder if I think I just went through this purge and threw away all my old cards because they were that horrible. My old brand to my new brand, which Darla designed. So y'all, she's incredible. I still get compliments from my old clients who remember the old brand and liked it. To now with the new brand, they're like, it's like heaven.
Oh,
You're so sweet.
Oh,
I swear, guys, I did not pay people to say these things. I swear I did.
No, we don't get any money from this.
No,
this is because we just love the blab and because we love to share. And you know, and I think that's the biggest thing about it is sharing what you have. And I think, you know, the more you give, the more you get. So here we are. So recently, I had the opportunity to go to a conference. It was Kim Garst Social Boom Conference, and it was it's been about almost a month now. And when I was there, people were talking about, you're trying to see so much, you're trying to meet so many different people, and you're trying to take as much information with you, right? When you go to conferences or you go to networking meetings and things like that. And so I remember on Saturday night, my husband and I brought my husband with me. He went to go play while I went to work. And so he got to the Cubbies game, and he spent the whole day with his brother and his friends. And so we kind of got our time switched off, and I thought we were having dinner. And so I kind of told other people, I'm going to wait for my husband. Well, then I realized my husband wasn't coming, and I'm going, what's going on? And I'm sitting in my hotel room going, I have FOMO. I have FOMO. Because I knew I was missing out. I felt like I was really missing out on meeting some really awesome people, on making some great connections. And I was just furious and just so mad about it. And then it's like that whole fear of the whole thing. So I'm curious, have you girls had that recently? Have anybody else experienced this but me?
Oh no, I've definitely experienced FOMO, and it's usually around, because I guess I'm the techie girl, it's like new tech stuff that comes out. And I'm like seriously wanting it, and like, well, maybe I could get it. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Well, maybe, but everyone else seems to be using it, and I kind of get myself in the dither. And it's like, I think of FOMO as, for me anyway, bright and shiny object syndrome. I just want everything, and I want to try everything because I have that curious mind. And I always think, well, maybe if I get it, then I can help a client with it later. That's kind of how I start to talk myself into it. So yeah, definitely.
Because I know Africa is a lot like I am. Oh, there's Miss. There she is. I'm gonna unlock it so she.
Here we go.
Emily's in the house.
Yay! Here is our fourth lady. She's coming to join us. Yay!
Emily's in the house. Go ahead. We just started, honey. Oh, so go ahead and go. Emily's rocking her new hairdo. I'm loving that.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. What you want me to tell about myself? Is that what we're doing?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
Good morning. I'm Emily Petroff, and I am a life coach, health coach, business coach. And my fundamental belief is that we have to have some balance within those three areas. If something with our relationships are not quite right, it's going to impact our health and our business. If something with our business isn't quite right, it's going to impact our health and our relationships. Something with our relationships isn't quite right, it's going to impact our health and our business. If I said that, I don't know if I hit all three. You get the idea. And on the health side, I really love to help. I think I have told you ladies this, but I love helping women rock their business in their skinny jeans, right? Like that's the thing that I just am super passionate about. So so I'm glad to be here. Sorry I was a little bit late. I had some things going on this morning I didn't anticipate. So.
Well, that happens. Life happens, right?
Yes.
So you've not missed anything. We were just talking about, FOMO, and just talking a little bit about what it is. And I've got us on the recording. And so one of the people, somebody said here, and I don't remember, I don't want to mess up your name, asked if this group was just for women, and it's not. It's not. A lot of times we have a lot of men that join us. We welcome men to join us too. We really talk about entrepreneurship, about business, but about life too. So we all men are always welcome as well. So we were just talking
quite a few men, right? I mean, in the past 2 weeks, there's been quite a few men that have been here. Yeah.
Yep.
We have had that. And it's interesting. I think a lot of times it's interesting to see about how I think the topics. So we probably want to think about that, about our topics, and maybe brainstorm that. I think that makes a big difference too. But I thought FOMO would be kind of a fun thing. So even so people catch the recording, they can see it. So if they come in late, they can check the recording out and get some value. And that's what it's all about, right? So we were just talking about, the FOMO that we've experienced. So Africa was sharing about, fear of missing out on maybe some new technology or new trends in the online world and stuff. Because she is, Emily and I have worked together. Emily and I have known each other for about 3 years now, right, Em? And she told me, she's like, Darla, you are a researcher. And I am. I mean, I love to learn. I love to read, and I love to gather information. And so is Miss Africa. I mean, and Kate is too. We all are, I think, And so I think it's really interesting to see how we don't want to miss anything out. So what about you, Em? Would you say that you have any fear of missing out recently?
Absolutely. I think this is just, I'm going to throw this out there, and maybe you ladies already talked about this. I think that if you ask this question to someone and they say no, they're lying to you in some way, right? Like, that's just BS. We all have that in some way. Maybe you don't want to call it that because it's too new of a word and it's too trendy, whatever, but you got some of that stuff going on, right? I mean, it really, really is. And I think that, I think social media, people really put a bad light kind of on FOMO, right? Like I hear it with a negative connotation all the time, but I don't think it necessarily has to have that, because I think for some people, especially business owners, that fear of missing out can really drive you, right? So sometimes it can be something that you can use in a positive way. So for me, that I have that kind of competitive nature, right? If I see, and not from a comparison standpoint, but from a, gosh, somebody that I love and that I'm close to is doing this in their business. Like, I want to do that. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me, right? Like, I have jumped on a bandwagon. The three of us are here on Blab because Darla said, hey, ladies, let's do this. And we were like, hey, we're not going to miss out on that, right? So I think it can be a really good thing, and I think we can embrace it. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that can be, always looked at as like there's something wrong with you if you have FOMO. Like, everyone has it in some way, in some, shape or form.
Totally agree with you. And it's funny you said that, because I was thinking the same thing. I thought, I heard about Blab because of Periscope, and I guess I guess I'm an early adopter, and so I love that. I love that. And so I'm like, okay, you girls, we all need to be on this. Let's go. And it's so much fun. And now we have people, when we share this online on our Facebook and social medias and stuff, people are like, I need to get on that. I need to get on that. I'm like, you guys come, because there's a beautiful thing about it. And I think I know I've met some amazing people here, and I'm so glad to be able to share it with you girls. So I think it's just a great tool. And so, yeah. So I think you're right. It can very well be a positive thing. I think that's a good way of looking at it, for sure. So what do you think, Miss Kate, about the whole fear of missing out?
I totally agree with Emily. I think that it can really drive you forward, but I also, and this is something I've experienced this year myself, sometimes we get caught up in what other people are doing and we think we're missing out on something, but actually it's not the right thing for us to be doing. So, what I've really learned is that you've got to look inside yourself and what you want to be doing. And even this week, I've almost had like a little epiphany with that. I was trying to do a load of stuff on Facebook and what have you. And Darla, we've been working very closely together on breaking down my ideal client. And, that was just kind of one persona we're looking at. And I've got another persona as well for my ideal clients. I've got two. And I've been thinking about that this week. And really, I've suddenly realized, hang on a minute, Facebook isn't necessarily the place that I want to be, just because everyone's there and I'm scared that I'm going to miss out on all of these clients that are there. But actually, is that really the right place for me to be talking to my clients? And I've even narrowed that down and said, okay, so they are on Facebook, but only in certain areas. So I've now gone through all of my groups and I've kind of cut out the ones that are for me and for my learning, and then pulled in a whole load of new ones that I didn't even know, and I found this week, that are specifically for my ideal client. So again, I very much have found that I've got carried away with what other people are doing and the fear of missing out because they're doing brilliantly with Facebook, or they're doing brilliantly with this social media channel, or they've done this and they've, done £1 million launch, or, $1 million launch, or whatever that is. And I think that sometimes actually you have to take a step back and say, what works for me? Not necessarily what's working for everyone else, but what works for me. It's really, really important to do that. And, something that I've done this week is actually start to engage with people a little bit more on Twitter and, different channels like that, and Periscope. And I'm starting to go, do you know what? No, just because they're doing that that's not right for me. That's not what I'm comfortable with. I'm going to go back to what I want to do. And actually, you know, if we all do the same things, it's not going to work. And you've got to break the mold, and you've got to do what's right for you. So I think the fear is missing out can drive you forward, but it can sometimes drive you forward into the wrong areas, and almost copying other people, if you know what I mean. Not copying, but, you know, going in that same direction. Yeah. So it can be a little bit dangerous sometimes, and we all just have to be aware of that. And it's taken me a long time to realize that, and this week has been a bit of an epiphany week for me, to be honest.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. I really do. And we all have to have those reality checks, right? Because what, you know, I think it's a combination of who you are and where you feel like you shine best, and where your ideal clients are, right? And finding where they are. And sometimes you don't know unless you try some of these new platforms like Periscope and Blab. But on the flip side, there's no point in spending time being somewhere where and energy and money, especially on Facebook, because I had the same thing, Kate, where I have literally now, for me, is because I've been checking my Google Analytics, and I'm working with Africa to help me figure out how to really monitor, how do I use those and how do I read those better. And so, and then realizing that Facebook is not the biggest platform for me. Although it is the big kahuna, it's not the one that's best for me. So I try not to spend as much time there. So that's amazing. And don't you love it when you have those epiphanies?
Absolutely. And you've got to go with what feels right to you. And literally it was yesterday, actually. And I was sitting there and I was doing things that I hadn't done before, or things that I hadn't done for, you know, a good couple of years now. And I was thinking, why haven't I been doing this? You know, it's kind of like a, what is wrong with me kind of moment. But I got caught up in what everybody else was doing because I was scared of missing out on the results that they were getting. But guess what? I wasn't getting the results there. So it wasn't doing me any good. So you've got to go with what's right for you, and don't be scared of missing out. Just follow your heart and what's right for you.
Exactly. I have to say thank you, Vic, for giving us all those props. If you guys are new here, Vic is amazing at giving props. We so appreciate them. It just makes us all feel better. So Vic gives you props with the hands are. So if something is resonating with you, one of us is saying something that you really agree with or really resonates with you, like Vic's giving Emily some props right now, where he's loading us all up, which we really appreciate. You just make our whole Fridays, Vic. So we had a question here from. I don't know. I don't get your name, honey, because of your handle here. But she said they want to know. Ask how much should I ask for handling an account for social media? So if you wanna elaborate on that. Yes, I do have a social media. I do have a Facebook account. We all have Facebook accounts, and we'll give you guys those links as we finish up towards the end of the broadcast. But you can basically find all of us, through our Twitter accounts. Which, if you click on our Twitter accounts or where the people are, if you follow us, if you click on there, you'll follow all of us, and you can click onto our accounts to follow us on Twitter. You can also ask us questions that way too. We love to talk about that too. So thank you so much, Vic. You rock, hon. So, if you want to share with us, what all, elaborate a little bit more on your question, that would be awesome. And it's your handle is, where is she? I just lost her.
I think it's Mohammed. And I don't know, do you mean Mohammed in terms of how much money do we pay for somebody to handle our social media accounts, or not? Yeah, I think definitely clarifying that would be good.
Can
we can answer that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Vic asked another question about how much does outsourcing cost? Oh, no, he's thinking that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Outsourcing?
We just want to double check.
Maybe that is.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sheriff. Have you here. So we're just talking about, fear of missing out, whether it's in your life or your business. And I have to say, this trip, being here in Michigan, I'm in the upper part of Michigan. About 5 or 6 years ago, I was having fear of missing out because all I did was work. I worked constantly. I could work 14, 16 hours a day, and I was missing out on my life. And I'm like, no more. So finally 3 years ago, I said, I'm done. And actually Emily and I went to Brenda Burchard's Experts Academy, and that's how we met. And when we were there, he, talking to listening to him and learning from him, he's like, you need to start what he called every 90 days to refill the well, to completely unplug, so that you can enjoy your life and you can refill yourself, because we work so hard. And so I've been doing that. So I've eliminated my fear of missing out in my life, because every 90 days I take this break, and it really refills my well. So
I think that's a great idea.
It looks like
a really good idea.
Thank you. Highly encourage it. Now, I'm not saying that you have to come here or go somewhere fabulous. Maybe it's just a staycation where you just completely unplug. You get rid of your phone, you don't get on your computer, and you just go do something fun with your family, your kids, your significant other, and just, be, right? So, yeah. So are there questions, girls, that I'm missing? Because I see some activity going on.
Elaborated and said that social media management is kind of new in this country, and that's why I was wondering, what should I charge? So I know I asked back exactly what is he doing, because I know it really depends the services, the specific management services you're offering, but I'm going to throw it out there.
It massively depends. Absolutely. It really depends on what they're doing for you. So I have a virtual assistant who schedules my stuff for me. So I have a daily email marketing tip that goes out on my social media channels and things like that. But I mean, I write all of those. So she just schedules them for me. So that's more of a minimum cost. I think she does. How much? I think she charges me about, I'm not even sure, actually. It costs me a couple of £100 a month. And she does maybe, 10, 15 hours, something like that. So maybe £10 an hour-ish, I think, which is probably about $15 an hour. But that's just scheduling. So she's not writing those for me. So she's not doing anything strategy-wise or anything that requires this is going to sound really horrible, but anything that requires specialist social media skills, she's just scheduling them for me because I'm writing them. And I don't mean that to sound horrible in any way. It's a service that I pay for and I desperately need. But I think that if you want somebody who is an expert in social media marketing and is going to write those for you, going to create strategies, going to, engage with people who are in the right arena for you, whether that's on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and that's the thing. There's so many different channels. It depends on how many channels as well. But I'd say at least double that, at least. So you're talking probably more like $40, $50 an hour, I would say. So in the UK, I would say a minimum of £30, £40 an hour. I mean, for me, I'm an email marketing expert. I've been doing it for over 10 years. I've worked with very, very big clients. I charge a minimum of £60 an hour. So for a social media consultant with the same amount of experience, it would be about the same.
Okay, I think that answers the question.
Exactly. The more in depth, the more you.
Yeah, as you were talking, Kate, he was saying that's more of what he was looking for. That's the kind of work he does. So he's wondering how much he should charge people. So I think,
Yeah. Depends how much experience you've got. It depends, what kind of results you've got for clients previously. There's also people that I look up to that do email marketing that, have more experience than I do even. And, they charge even more than me. And the bigger the brand is for the company, I freelance for a very, very big company in the industry, and they charge $250 an hour. So, but they're a big brand company and they've got, again, a lot of setup behind that. So again, it depends if you're independent, if you're working for a very big company. To be honest with you, there's so many different, avenues that you could go down in the ways that you charge. It really depends on a lot of different factors.
It might be helpful for that person to get a business coach of some sort, right? Because that person can really drill out for you some of the specific things that you're really wanting to serve, the way you're wanting to serve your audience, and then find out who your client is and what you're charging. And I also think that sometimes, although there is an industry standard for X service, Y service, Z service, sometimes you don't have to fit that, right? So there are people all over the place that charge from, a way the bottom of the spectrum all the way to, you know, the top. So I don't think that it necessarily has to be, you know, is there an industry standard, right? I don't know if there really is. I think, you know, you have to do what you have to do to make your business work for you. And a business coach is somebody that could really help you with that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Absolutely.
That you've got to work out the pricing for you. But if you don't have any results behind that, you're not going to be able to charge the highest prices. So if you're just getting started, I'd highly recommend either doing some work for free and getting some results and some testimonials behind you, or working at a slightly lower rate to begin with for that same reason. And then as you get those results, you can just go up and up and up.
Vic had a really good question that we didn't talk about. Did anybody get? Oops, go ahead.
The Craigslist.
Has anyone?
The Craigslist question.
Yeah. Is that the one you're thinking about, Em?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So Vic asked the question: has anybody got clients from Craigslist? I have to say, I have not.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
I
not
don't know
done
what
any
it is
clients.
in the UK.
So I personally have not put an ad out, but Vic and I were on a blab with Rob Rudy. Vic, you met Rob the other night with he and I were on with you, and Rob actually for his business, 2 of his businesses has done Craigslist ads, and he's a really very knowledgeable in the network marketing area, and so he has had some success in posting Craigslist ads. I know specifically because we talked about that. So Rob Rudy would be a great resource to ask about Craigslist.
Is that for a product-based business or a service-based business, Emily?
Both, actually. He has a product-based and a service-based business, network marketing business.
And what is Craigslist? Is it like eBay?
No, it's more of a. I would say my sort of take on it is that it's more of a like an online garage sale type thing, but you could also, I mean, there's lots of, you can sell things, I mean, that's the easiest way for me to, sort of describe it. You can, there's all kinds of categories. So you can, my sister looks for employees there sometimes, so just like an online classified sort of.
Like classifieds.
So I'm thinking is it like Gumtree in the UK? I'm wondering if that's the equivalent in the UK. We have something called Gumtree that sounds very similar.
Yeah, it has.
It might be. It might.
Job stuff.
You can hire people, you can sell things. I mean, people look for. I've had, and it goes by the cities, so you can do it, wherever the city is. That's actually an interesting concept. Talking about that. For marketing. I never even thought about that for marketing, because I guess you could probably market I've got some up and coming workshops. I might be able to put those on there and get some people to come in. I never even thought about that. That's a great.
If they're in the local area and they can search by areas, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if it fits your, if it fits your ideal client profile, right, Darla?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If it fits your ideal client profile. Exactly. And it's one of those things where if maybe you try it, you test it and you measure it, you track it for a little bit. If it doesn't work, then no harm, no foul, move on. Right.
Yeah. And it doesn't cost anything, which is also another great perk, right? It's free.
Some places like, in Austin, if you list a job on Craigslist, it costs. But when I lived in San Antonio, it didn't. So it depends on the metro area that you're targeting, too.
I was going to say, my sister has never paid for it.
Yeah. I don't think so. So, yeah. And so Vic said he's bought furniture there. And, I've put things up for my husband. We've tried to sell furniture, cars, equipment, that kind of thing. But, yeah. So it's all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So getting back to, kind of bringing us back to our topic of conversation, maybe trying to find other places that, where you feel like you might be missing out on marketing, or, being on, feeling like you're missing out on social media platforms and things like that. So if you guys have any questions on that, let us know. Or, anything has to do with fear of FOMO. What's up?
I'm going to raise my hand. I was just going to say one thing.
Go for it.
One thing about that is that, you know, sometimes, again, it's that fear of missing out can stretch you too thin as well. You know, there are so many, and again, if we look at social media channels, but again, you know, there's lots of different ways to market your product or service. And we can feel like we're missing out because we're not on, you know, Periscope or Blab or, you know, whatever it is. But again, it's where are your clients hanging out? That's what you need to know. And then that's where you need to be. But I think that fear of missing out in that sense can, again, spread you too thin. And if you're doing all of those things and you're not doing them well, then it's not going to work for you anyway.
Absolutely. Totally agree with what you're saying.
I think that that's a really, really important thing, not only just in marketing or you know, our business, but just in everything that we do, right? That authenticity piece is so imperative to really staying connected and grounded to what makes sense for us, because what makes sense for me in my life and the way that I live and the things that I do, from the kind of wine that I buy to this type of exercise that I, you know, choose to partake in, to the kind of marketing that I do in my business, it's going to be totally different from Kate and Africa and Darla, right? So I think that it really helps you to investigate, you know, that I'm going on a personal growth and development little tangent here, right? Like, you got to investigate who you are. You really have to know and be clear about what it is that is important to you, so that, like Kate said, you're not just traipsing around, you know, on a wild goose chase for whatever the hell you don't even know what it is that you might be looking for.
Yeah, and that's so hard. So Emily, have you got any tips for us on that side of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest thing is to really begin to investigate that, right? Like, begin to investigate who you are. The clearer that you get with who you are, and sort of, you know, I always ask people, like, in the if being a 10, if you're a 10, what does that look like for you, right? And if you're not a 10 today, which I don't think I'll ever be a 10, because I always think there's another layer and another, you know, more growth that I can have. But where are you today, right? What is it that you, and, you know, most people, I would say, are somewhere between a 6 and an 8, right, on any given day. So I ask them, like, what makes you a 6 today? And sometimes they don't know. And so sometimes we judge ourselves and we quantify things by our feelings and the way that we feel. And although that's normal, it creates a really yucky cycle, because feelings are hard to measure. So what we do is we say, well, I feel bad. Okay, well, what would make you feel good? Well, I don't really know. And so we've got to really drill that out and figure out, what are the things that really make you feel good? And then how can you implement more of that? How can you do more of those things, right? And so it really can be, we can take something, a feeling that is not tangible or measurable, and we can really drill it down so far that we can have things that you can begin to implement that make you feel a different way, so that you really, you know, so that some of that anxiety, whether it's from FOMO or from whatever it might be, can sort of, you know, dissipate some or go away altogether.
Yeah. And this is why we all need an Emily.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we all need an Emily.
Thank
Absolutely.
you very much.
Well, that's something too. Yeah, that's very true. And I think the other thing is you have to think about too is, I mean, it goes into, like, you know, in investing in yourself, and knowing that when it's outside of your, you know, kind of like really looking inside yourself to realize that, you know, I don't have all the answers, but there are people who do. And there are people that are going to help you get much further faster if you invest in them. And so you have to think about that. And that's something that I would invest in. I have and would invest and highly recommend investing in every one of these ladies that are sitting here, because we all have our expertise and will get you there further faster. There it is. I just said it. So, so Vic had some questions, and I just want to make sure that we're answering them.
Yeah. I definitely want to answer this one, because it's a good one. Yeah. And Darla, you're going to want to answer this one as well.
Okay. So I just want to start. So your clients are in a lot of places, though, or not? And I asked if he could elaborate. He said your clients are on multiple platforms, various places all over the internet. They're hanging out everywhere, in my opinion. Yeah. So Yeah, they are. They are hanging out everywhere. And so your job is to figure out which platforms first, to figure out, where they, where do you want to attract them? Where do you want to try to look for them? And then finding out which platforms, in my opinion, where are you best going to go to too. So like for me, I'm a visual person. Everything I do is very visual. And so, and that's how I attract and look for people that are in alignment, and looking for people, looking for clients and looking for collaborations. So I'll go to platforms like Pinterest and Periscope and, Instagram, Facebook, places like that. But then you have to kind of dig deep to find out, maybe like in Facebook, you might want to go into groups and things like that to find people that are alignment, people that either need your services or people that you can collaborate with to start a relationship with. So I think you just have to pick and choose some areas and then go deep into those areas, and then also test new areas and figure out which ones work for you. And if they don't, or maybe it's not the right timing, because we all only have 24 hours in a day, right? So it's just figuring out, where do you want to spend your time? And you also too have to keep that revenue in your head too, which sometimes I tend to forget because I just want to serve and help and all that. So I always want to have to make sure that I have to have a revenue aspect to wherever I am on my social media platforms. So that's what I'm thinking of right now. What are you thinking, Miss Kate?
Well, I'm going to say I actually disagree. I don't think that they are everywhere, because if we just think about the four ladies that we've got here, we all visit different websites. We all follow different people. Yes, there are some overlaps. And that's the key. If you are targeting service-based providers, which all the four of us are, then you want to have a look at those overlaps where we're all hanging out. Are we all hanging out in Facebook groups? In which case, then yes, target Facebook groups. But if there might be an individual website that I go to, Craigslist, perfect example. I didn't even know what that was. So if you're targeting service-based providers, well, I didn't even know what that was. So I'm not there. I'm not on that website. So you're not going to target all of us on that website. So I think that there's different targets for different people. And I think absolutely you can drill that down. But I also think that, again, let's just put this in context. There are millions of websites out there. There are lots of different countries in the world. Again, they're not all going to be in the same place. So you've got to narrow that down based on who you want to target. And again, this is where Darla can help you get so specific that you can find those crossovers where your ideal clients are. And I would say, even if you then narrow that down and there's 10 places where you can say, yep, that crosses over, and a lot of the people that I want to target, that's where they're hanging out. Again, you probably, again, to begin with, don't want to be targeting all 10 of those places. Choose 1 or 2 or 3 and just target those to begin with. And I also think that, again, look, the majority of the population in the world now are on Facebook. But that doesn't mean that Facebook is the right place to target them. So I'll give you an example. Basically, one of my ideal clients is larger businesses. So like marketing directors and things of larger businesses. Yeah, of course they're on Facebook. But they're on Facebook to share their family photos or to talk to their friends. They're not on Facebook to make business decisions, because when they get home in the evening and they're on Facebook, they want to shut off from work. They don't want to think about that. But during the day when they're working, they might then be on LinkedIn looking for new suppliers, or they'll go onto Google and they'll Google what they want to find. Okay, so Google and LinkedIn would then be right for that ideal client, but Facebook wouldn't. So yes, they're on Facebook, but no, they're not in that buying mode or making those decisions while they're on Facebook. So I think that I can see where you're coming from, Vic, because, people will go onto all different places, but you've got to narrow it down, and that's your sweet spot.
I agree. I totally agree with what you're saying. The other thing is too, is that you have to think about social media as just that. These are social media platforms. So most people that are on Facebook are not there to watch you sell. And I have some dear friends of mine and clients that they just want to go on and they want to post their product or post their service. It's like, people are not going to look at that because they're not there to see your post. They're there to engage with other people. So you have to think about a strategy behind it when you're trying to talk to these people. And that's why knowing who your ideal client is and what their pain points and what their needs are will really help you hone in on that so that you can start carrying on those conversations and it not feel like it's a sales pitch.
Yeah. But again, I think product and service-based businesses are, again, very, very different. As service-based businesses, you don't want to go on social media and sell. That's not what you want to do. But product-based businesses, you putting out a picture of your, the newest dress or the newest, whatever it is that you've got into your store, the newest, pillows or what have you. Yeah, people do want to see that. And it's, yes, having a link to the sales page and the price and all of that. Yeah, you want to have that on there. So it's a very, very different market from that side of things. And I'd also like to say social media is not the be all and end all of everything. Social media is so new. It's only in the last 10 years or so that social media has come out. So come on, people, there are other ways to advertise your business other than social media. I'm on it again.
Absolutely. No, but you're right. You're absolutely right there, Miss Kate. And that's the thing is that people think, so many people come to me and they'll say, I got to be on social media. I'm like, how do you don't even know where you need to be because they feel like they're missing out. They're missing out because they feel like they don't know where they should be. And it's like, wait a minute, let's back the truck up a little bit. Let's find out what you should be doing and who you are and who you should be talking to. Because you can't be everywhere. So, one, Africa is being very quiet. Emily's having a whole conversation with Jed over here in the comments. So, you want to elaborate between you and Jed?
I'd be scared of dropping my phone in the sink or something. If I was checking Facebook while brushing my teeth, I'd be scared my phone would end up in the sink.
Fear of dropping your phone in the sink. That's all right. So, what's going on over there, Miss Sam?
So I took the FOMO test, right, that I posted just a few minutes ago, and apparently I have a very high level of FOMO. So Jeff said, checking your Facebook while making coffee, getting dressed, and brushing your teeth. Oh my god!
Oh my god, that's a riot! That's a riot. So what fear of FOMO is fear of missing out. Yeah. So that's what it is, Vic, fear of missing out. So you're feeling like you're missing out either in, where you should be on social media or what's going on Facebook or, you're missing out in your business, that type of thing. So Emily posted in a test that you can take to see if you have this. And Emily ranks pretty high on fear of missing out. And so Jed, did you take the test? Because now I got to take this damn test.
I was very, very honest too.
I love that you were so. Of course, you're honest, Emily. You ladies are the most transparent, most authentic people I know. That's why I love doing this with you. So Miss Africa is extremely quiet. So what's going on there, Miss Girlfriend? What are you thinking about?
Oh, I've been kind of laughing at the conversation with Emily and Jed, but I was thinking about. See, now I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
You were saying about being on social media and trying to be everywhere, which I think was. See, I got lost. Vic's question.
Yeah, we kind of like.
Yeah, but I do think, yes, people are everywhere, but you just want to fish where the pond is well stocked, which I think is what Kate was saying. It's like, yes, they're everywhere, but if there's a strong concentration in one place, that's where you want to focus your efforts. That just makes the most sense time-wise, so you could do those other things. I mean, granted, I would say, probably the larger percentage of your time should be spent in marketing so that you always have a constant supply of clients coming in, new blood and whatnot. So since it's going to be a larger percentage, might as well go where the pond is well stocked so you can get those clients and stay top of mind with those folks. So that, you're not having to spend an inordinate amount of time. So maybe you spend 60% of your time marketing. You don't want it to be 80% because you're scattered your efforts everywhere. You want to have the other 40% for client fulfillment or time to get creative and do new things, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where my mind was going as y'all were talking.
Yeah, this is a good question because I'm wondering, because when you said that, and it's true. I mean, I think I have clients, especially creative clients that I've worked with, and they go, how much time do I need to be spending marketing? There's the whole fear of marketing because nobody wants to market. You know, everybody thinks that the client, if I just do great work, they're just going to come to me. Well, I'm sorry, that doesn't necessarily always happen. So I think that's why I try to strive, knowing who your clients are and start building those relationships, finding out where they're hanging out. And is that a good place for you to be so that you're getting at deeper dish of a pool of people, but also building good relationships. But the interesting thing I was going to say is that whole 80-20 rule. I wonder if that applies, because I've always been told you should be spending more than 50% of your time marketing. And so to me, this is part of that marketing. I'm letting people know who I am, because I think as far as your brand should be, all of us are personal brands. So people want to get to know, they will work with people that they know, like, and trust. And so we're establishing that by being here on Blab. And so and this is an interesting thing, because I see somebody that's that is on here. Her name is Kendra Ramirez, and she's amazing. And Kendra and I live in Cincinnati, and she noticed I was doing these Blabs. And so she reached out to me on LinkedIn. Now, I will tell you that Kendra is amazing at LinkedIn. And she understands LinkedIn. It's a weak link for me, but I was on there and I caught it. And so we're doing a local presentation here that she invited me to co-host with her. And it's because she saw me on Blab. And so to me, that's how I try to build my relationships and grow my awareness and my brand and be of service too. So I love you. I miss you, Miss Kendra. I'm so glad you came here, honey. So she's amazing. We'll have to have Kendra on with us too, because she is amazing at what she does. She really is. And she's a great person too. She's a lot like us girls.
Oh, cool.
I've got a quick question for everybody. Something that I've been thinking about more and more recently, and it's kind of a bit of an in-depth question. Okay, you ready for this? When you're on your deathbed and you're about to die, what is it that you're going to regret not doing? Is it you're going to regret not working harder, or is it that you're going to regret not spending more time with your family, or going and exploring the world, or what have you? And that's something that's definitely been in my mind recently, in terms of what is it that's actually important in life. Yes, you need to make money, but, like Darla, you said, having that time to unplug. And I think we all need to think more about the fear of missing out on our lives and actually living, not just working all the time. So, ladies, would you agree with that? What's your biggest thing that you would miss out, that you would feel that you'd missed out on, when you're on your deathbed ready to go? What is it you wish that you had done more of? Because if we can identify that now, maybe we can do it.
Can I go first?
Yes, go.
Okay. So I think, Kate, it's a brilliant question, right? It's something that I spend a lot of time with my clients on, except that I think we can bring it to today. And the way that I do that is it's like my hit by a bus philosophy, right? Darla's heard this probably a couple of times. So the question that it's a way that I use to navigate my day-to-day choices for that exact thing that you're talking about, so that we don't have to live with regret. If I was hit by a bus today, or if I was hit by a bus tomorrow, right? So not waiting until the end of my life, because I think it's hard to really think about when that might be. So let's bring it to now, right? And that helps me navigate, okay, you know what? If I was hit by a bus tomorrow, would I feel really, really good about what I'm spending my time on for the rest of today or the rest of this evening? Would am I more served to go have wine with the neighbors, or to go to my child's event, or to, and really, if you listen to your internal guidance system when you ask that question, because a lot of people say to me, well, you're always going to choose the fun thing. That's not true. If you really, really listen to your internal guidance system, It will tell you when you need to work and when you're going to feel really, really good about that. And it will tell you when you need to play and you're going to feel really, really good about that, so that you don't have to have that regret. So that's just kind of my 2 cents and how I navigate it on a day-to-day basis and how I help my clients navigate it on a day-to-day basis. And it is something that can alleviate the fear of regret and how to make those choices on a daily basis.
Love that. Absolutely love that. And I think you're right. You know, look, we all have to work, don't we, and earn money, but you've got to have that balance. And like you say, sometimes actually working, and especially as entrepreneurs, that makes us feel good, right? And we're proud of what we're doing and what we're achieving. And just to sort of pick up on a couple of comments that are in the chat. So Vic's saying not traveling anymore, you know, not traveling more, getting out the country. That's what he wants to do. Jed says more blab. Well, yeah. You know, and I think Kendra said life is not a dress rehearsal. Absolutely. You never get today back again. So yeah, I absolutely love that, Emily.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah. And I remember you said, and thank you for saying that again, because, and for bringing the whole topic up, Kate, because it is true. It's like, this is not a dress rehearsal. We get one time at this life. So you got to make it the best that it can be. And so, you know, I love what Jed is saying is, for real, having deeper relationships with more people. And that is something that's important to me too. And that's one of the reasons why I love doing this. And I love collaborating with people, and I love meeting awesome people all over. So getting hit by a bus today, I have to say that one of it, I am where I love to be. I am in my happy place. I love being here. I love taking these breaks. Here in the upper part of Michigan is where I love to be. So, and I am with my mother. And so I brought my mom up here. And so that makes me very happy. If I got hit by a bus, what I would regret is that my family was not with me, that I didn't have my family with me here, and my dogs. And you girls. I want everybody to come up here.
The whole world should be in Michigan.
The whole world should be. I top over a little bit. We all might end up in, you know, the leg. But yes, it's a beautiful place. So what about you, Africa? What do you think? You've got little ones.
Really agree with not traveling more. And it's actually something I've been thinking about the last month. I'm like, I need to leave the country again. I really need to go out and see the world, because it's beautiful. Just lately, I've just been so awestruck by nature. Yeah. I'll just look at it, like in my bedroom, there's like these 2 windows. And sometimes I'm laying in bed and I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I just see the moon. I'm like, that is incredible. Like, I just get awestruck by nature. I'm like, I need to go see what's going on in the rest of the world. And so that travel bug is definitely hit me. It bit me. Yeah. And that's, I mean, that's in the life versus hit by a bus today. But I feel right now I'm really, like, I'm contented in where I am with having my kids around a lot. So I feel really lucky and loved. I mean, right now I'm looking at a beautiful flower arrangement brought by a client yesterday. So I'm like, if I was hit by a bus, I feel like I'm right where I needed to be.
That is a wonderful.
That is beautiful. She's always so joyous. I mean, she's just all you ladies, really. I mean, you're just as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. And that's why I love you all dearly. And I'm like tearing up because I mean that. And in the people that are in the group, I mean, really, I think, I think you set these intentions, but it's a good thing to reset and to think about these things, because we only get one time at this, so that you don't have fear of missing out, so that you do schedule these things and you set these intentions. And so, like, I am very serious about coming across the pond. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm setting that intention. And then I'm going to come out and I'm going to go with Emily, and where is that place that you go to that's so beautiful? Is it Arizona? Where is it? Sedona.
Oh my God, I love Sedona.
So I want to go to Sedona, and I want to take Africa with, and I want Kate to come over. I mean, it's so Kendra loves Sedona. I've never been there. It's on my list. Now it's on my list.
The whole world should go to Sedona.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Chad. We like good collaboration. We need to get T-shirts made.
Yellowstone, that's in my neighborhood.
Yellowstone, yes. There you go, Vic. Yellowstone. I've never been to Yellowstone. Emily took me to Beartooth.
We went up the Beartooth Pass. Yeah, the Beartooth Mountains. Yep. Actually, I had told Vic, this was a long time, not a long time ago, but the first time we were on a blab together, I told him, I'm like, I host couch surfers, so I'll host anybody. Anybody can come and stay with me, right? Like, it's totally fine. Like, I love having people at my house. So
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, we're all coming to your house. And then, how far is it to get to Sedona?
You have to bring wine. That's the only bring wine. That's your only thing.
My arm.
What?
I said twist my arm.
Right. I know, huh?
Fine. That's tough. That's a real tough. That and a Moscow Mule. I've never had a Moscow Mule until I went to Montana with Emily. They're awesome.
I will break you in right, sister. I'm telling you what.
I know you will. So it looks like everybody wants to go to Yellowstone and to Sedona, and we'll blab from there.
Oh, I like it.
I like it. We have to do that, and then we'll have to go to all of our places. I know Africa's got some beautiful area by her too in Texas. We have to go there when it's cooler.
Yeah. What's cool? Like next month. It's a beautiful time to be here. That's fun.
Is it? Yeah. So Vic, are you in Texas?
So it's not too bad.
So Vic, you have to tell us where in Texas do you live? It's too flat. Yeah, it's pretty flat, Texas.
Arlington.
He's in Arlington. Oh,
by Dallas.
That's a great area.
Yeah.
Yes, by Dallas. Yeah, that's a good area. Yeah, you're a little further away from Africa, but because it's a big state. Oh yeah, not that bad. That takes me to go. How many hours? 6 hours?
Yeah. Only 6
so
hours.
It takes me about 6 hours. I'm going to a different state by then.
Vic, awesome. I'm just south of Austin.
Yeah, which is another great area to go to too. So yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want live music, when people come to Austin, live music festivals. We have many.
Yes. So Jed's asking, he said, check out all my Yellowstone pics on Instagram. I will. Jed has a big Instagram account and he takes amazing pictures. Is that like a hobby for you, Jed? Because that's something else you think about, like, missing out of things like that, because I love to take photographs too, but Jed's pictures are beautiful. He takes really great shots. So yeah, nature's beautiful. Yeah. So we'll that's one of your faves. So we'll have to go check that out. For sure. Go check out Jed's Instagram account. You guys, we should all follow each other too. I mean, that's because everybody has, finding your hobbies, not missing out on all of that too, and incorporating all that, because we got one big life, right? Going skydiving. That sounds like fun.
That's on my bucket list too.
Skydiving. Mm-hmm. I'll watch you from the ground and cheer you on. I can't do it.
Come on, Darla, you can do it.
I believe you got me drunk. If you got me drunk, I will.
Totally. I can totally handle that. That is a specialty of mine. Got you covered.
Oh my God, that's a riot. That's a riot. So what scares you, Miss Kay? What would you do if you had to, if somebody had dare you to do something like this?
Oh God, if someone had to dare me to do something. Oh, I don't know. Skydiving. Skydiving would be scary. Someone would have to push me. Definitely. I'll go up there, but someone's gonna have to push me out. So yeah, definitely something like that.
Yes.
So jumping off a bridge, skin diving.
Oh, I don't know. I could do that either. I love doing. I would do the zip lining. They have zip lining up here.
I love the zip line. Yeah.
And I would do that for sure. Zip lining is a lot of fun. I don't know parasailing. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. I could try. I would probably try, but again, I'd probably have to be intoxicated. Honestly. All right. So Jed's asking us all to put our Instagram accounts in there. So let's do that. So we're all on there and follow each other. You know, this is how it starts. You just start by, it doesn't have to be, you know, doing a big thing. It's a little thing, right? So yeah, so we're all on Instagram, and also, I think we should all follow each other like on, you know, our Facebook accounts, and if you've got like I'm on Pinterest and all these other accounts, definitely you guys all follow each other here too. So it's a little afternoon, and we're trying to like make sure that we take care of that we're being conscious of all of our time. And I know you ladies have lots going on because it's Friday. It's nighttime for Miss Kate. She's getting ready to go out. And are you going to go out and hoop it up, or are you going to stay home and stay warm and
I think
warm and cozy with your kitty?
We're planning to watch a film or something this evening, so I'm gonna go out to the shops and buy some stuff for dinner and some popcorn, and I think we're gonna have a night in tonight.
Oh, yum! I love this. We got a fireplace here, as you can see, the little fireplace going. So we've been having a fire every night. So I've been doing that. That's really lovely.
Very jealous.
Okay, I am going to a masquerade ball tonight.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah.
Oh,
I should have worn my outfit, yeah, so that you could see it. I have to go get a mask still, but and I'm not gonna wear one that just sticks to me the whole time because I don't know, I'm not down with that. So I'm just gonna get one of those little ones on a stick so that I can be a little bit like you know, floofy or something.
I love it. Yeah. How fun. My daughter is turning 16, so we're doing a Sweet 16 Halloween party. So she's having like 16 of her closest friends. So they're all coming over for Halloween. So we're going to dress up for that. I think we were going to be zombies, which is hilarious. My husband wanted to be a zombie. But now we're going to be Cubby fans. Because he's a Cubby fan. We got the shirts.
Is that Halloween? Is that scary?
No.
Maybe you could be zombie Cubby fans.
Mm-hmm.
I like that even better. I think that'd be more creative, more fun. I like that, Kate. Let me see if I can talk him into that. Be a zombie fan.
What is that?
Really embarrassed my daughter. Love it. Oh, Vic, he's doing a dance. Oh, they're doing that nay-nay. Are they doing the nay-nay?
Yep. He was asking me if I'm going to do that, and I'm like, yep, just like that, actually. And I'm changing my costume now because that shit is fantastic right there.
That's hilarious, Vic. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Do the whip and the nay-nay. That's a whole other story. I asked my daughter to teach me how to do that. She's like, why, Mom? Because I want to learn how to do it. Doesn't want me to embarrass.
I'm trying to copy it. What do we have to do?
I'm gonna sit there and do the nay-nay and I'll embarrass the little shit out of her.
That's what he wants to learn.
That's right, daggone it. That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Okay. Well, this has been so much fun. I love our little collaboration show. It's more of a party than it is a show.
Kate's the only one that can be drinking, though, because it's late for her. I can't drink at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I guess I could.
Because
she gets to go and party. Yeah, lucky you. So let's put our names in there, our little websites, and people can come in and join us. And you guys, thank you, Vic. You are awesome too, buddy. We're so glad you're here. Oh, he's so awesome. I'm glad that he does that. Thanks, Jed, and thanks, Kendra, and everybody else who joined us here on the Blab Show. We really appreciate you here. Thanks everyone who's watching the replay. We hope that you guys enjoy it and you'll share it and you'll tell your friends about us because we love meeting new people.
Thanks, everybody.
Right?
Thanks for
joining us, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. Have fun at your masquerade party. Yes. Post pictures.
We want to see pictures.
Okay.
Lots of pictures. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.